At 9:26 p.m. on Tuesday night, 4 minutes before it was due to be uploaded, Facebook emailed Laura's team warning them that it would be removed if it went live. At 9:51, they emailed again to say they had taken it down. This is out of control. Out of control. Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. Not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi, folks. Welcome back to Crisco's Corner. Well, that last video was kind of comical. We were making fun of some articles in the Babylon Bee. It's a great site. Now I'm pissed. This is way over the line. Now, Facebook and Instagram, non-person Trump. Platforms ban ex-president interview with daughter-in-law Laura while he signals he will run for president in 2024. Now, if you read the reasons when he's asked directly if he's going to run, he kind of hedges around it, but there's a reason for that. I'll explain it. Facebook and Instagram have removed Donald Trump's interview with his daughter-in-law and another sign of left-leaning Silicon Valley giant canceling the former president. This is ridiculous. You know, it's even more than ridiculous, it's dangerous. In the interview, Trump tore into social media and mainstream media for suppressing the Hunter Biden laptop story. He criticized President Biden's green agenda and railed against... Oh, lost my place here. Let's go back. Sorry about that. Railed against cancel culture, which he said obliterates U.S. culture. True. All true. Whether you like the guy or not, everything he said is true. It was for the Right View, Laura's show. During the 18-minute interview, Trump also spoke about running for president again in 2024. Laura had been promoting it on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter beforehand. Yeah, it's your show. And coming up, my guest, ex-president, former President Donald Trump. This happens to be her father-in-law, so who cares? I mean, whether you like Trump or not, it'd be a fascinating interview. At 9:26 p.m. on Tuesday night, 4 minutes before it was due to be uploaded, Facebook emailed Laura's team warning them that it would be removed if it went live. At 9:51, they emailed again to say they had taken it down. This is out of control. Out of control. I hope he wins again if he runs. And the Republicans take over everything, and he'll make him grow a spine, I'm sure. And these silicone monsters are destroyed. They are ruining this country. Censorship is an outrage. Laura shared screenshots of the emails and Instagram afterwards. And just like that, we're one step closer to Orwell's 1984. Wow, she wrote alongside them. Yeah. Trump has been banned from Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram since the January 6th riots. Cut off from his supporters and able to get messages to them in the way he did before. His Twitter account was a double-edged sword. I really believe he wouldn't have got elected without it, but it worked against him after. But, live and learn. I think he should go to different platforms, Parler, many others, and get his message out with that. And interviews like this. In her email, the Facebook employee said that content posted in the voice of President Trump is not currently allowed on our platforms, including new posts with President Trump speaking, and will be removed. Former President of the United States, the 45th President of the United States, content posted in the voice of Donald Trump is not currently allowed on our platforms, including new posts with President Trump speaking, and will be removed. These people should be destroyed. This guidance applies to all campaign accounts and pages, including Team Trump, other campaign messaging vehicles on our platforms, and former surrogates. They're trying to non-person him. Yeah, good luck. You're going to non-person Donald Trump. As my grandmother used to say, my tan grandmother, what are you, a stupid? Trump's interview with Laura is the first time she has been seen on camera since he left office. Until now, he has been phoning into Fox to share his opinions. The social media giant has not responded to inquiries about taking the video down and has not made any public statement. Yeah, do you think? You can't defend this. Trump supporters are irate and say it's further proof of big tech trying to silence anyone who doesn't agree with them. If I know Donald Trump, I don't know him personally, but the millions of times that I've heard him speak, how he handles himself, his personality, he is going to ruin these people. If you got stock in Google or Alphabet, whatever the hell it is, Facebook, Instagram, who owns what, dump it now, man. Of course, I don't give stock advice, just my personal opinion. That way I'm covered by the algorithm. And, here's the, hi, folks. I saw Laura Trump's Instagram account. She will be hosting an interview with Trump. Just a reminder that content posted on Facebook and Instagram and the voice of the president is not currently allowed in our platforms. We're reaching out to let you know we removed content from Laura Trump's Facebook page that featured President Trump speaking. In line with the block, we placed Donald Trump's Facebook and Instagram accounts. Further content posted in the voice of Donald Trump will be removed. This is unfreaking believable. These people are dangerous. Oh, boy, Laura Trump. Boy, doesn't she really look like she's inciting violence? Just look at her. She just breeds insurrection. Give me a break. She just had a kid, I think, if I'm not mistaken. During the 20-minute interview, Trump talked about Biden falling on the stairs of Air Force One, how boring Twitter had become without him, and how woke the mob's canceling of Dr. Seuss made the U.S. look absurd to foreign adversaries, including China, our biggest geopolitical adversary. It was a 74-year-old's first on-screen interview since losing to Biden in the general election and leaving D.C. under the cloud of the deadly Capitol riot, which she claimed the vote was rigged. During the 18-minute interview, Trump talked about how Joe Biden didn't care where the hell he was, didn't know where the hell he was when he fell down the stairs of Air Force One and how boring a Twitter had become. Now, here's the part that everybody's really interested in. He asked whether his supporters could hope he will run for president again. He replied, "You do have hope. That I can tell you, you do have hope. We love our country, this country. We all owe a lot to our country, but now we need to help our country." Now, for those who are critical of that statement, that it's not like him to give a political sleazy answer, squirrel out of the answer, you have to remember, if you're announcing even here that you're going to run for president, a whole bunch of legal stuff and papers have to be filed, and you're put under a microscope for your finances, what campaigning you do, so you wait until the last possible minute. Trump also criticized the situation at the border, pointing to the fact that many crossing the Rio Grande have explicitly stated that Biden was the reason they made the journey north. Look at our borders. Look what's happening, Trump said. And you'll see it from Laura Trump there. Instead, we have become communist China. Yeah. See, here's the thing. Everybody say, well, John, these are private companies. If they want to screw over people, even a former president, they can. Here's the deal. There is no difference anymore between social media, most cable media, news media, and the progressives and leftists the Democrats have become. They are now one unit. That's the danger. When media, social or otherwise, cable media, even online media, now becomes merged with a political party, it always turns out badly. Third world countries do that. Ones that we sometimes invade because they treat their people so badly. We had the best southern border we've ever had, and in one day he said, everybody come up. And what's going on now is something compared to what's going to take place during the summer. Yeah. And he went on to talk about, the reason why people came north. It's sad. It really is. Trump opened the chat by slamming Biden's first 2 months in power after Laura asked about the debut White House press conference last week, a record-breaking 65 days after taking office. I think the press conference is probably the least of it, Trump told his daughter-in-law. People saw a lot of things happening long prior to the press conference, and even the trip up the stairs, up and down 3 times. There was a lot of things going on, so we'll see what happens. I hope he's in good shape. I hope he's okay for the sake of the country. Yeah, I mean, you got to admire that. Trump compared to the media's coverage of how he walked inch by inch down a ramp at every speech in West Point. But they covered that for weeks, and this guy falls down 3 times. He couldn't get up. The 3rd time, he didn't know where the hell he was. And it was now in the evening news. Other than a couple of networks, it wasn't at ABC, NBC, CBS, and it almost got no coverage. That's incredible. I remember one time during a dinner, everybody got 1 scoop of ice cream, but Donald Trump got 2. Ooh. Let's investigate. Let's get Stelter on it. That's that glaring example of journalism from CNN. Good Lord. Trump said it was a sad situation because we don't have freedom in the press anymore. Yeah, because the press and the progressive Democrats have merged. I also referred to during the campaign, Hunter Biden was not brought up in the media because that topic was canceled. Yeah, remember the laptop? During the election, the contents of an old laptop belonged to the president's son, including video and images of Hunter having sex and taking drugs. It was dismissed by Biden supporters and the pro-Democrat press. It's not pro anymore. They're the same as having been handed to Trump's campaign team by Russians. It's Russian collusion again. I mean, and they go after, supposedly QAnon. I mean, there's like a handful of people. They're bat crap crazy. But here's the thing of it, though. They call BlueAnon now, which is way millions of people disbelieve this stupid, crazy stuff. Has been handed to Trump's campaign team by Russians. Yet, no Russians here. While there was never any denial it was Hunter in the footage. All right, so it came from Martians. Well, that might have been news if it was aliens, but it came from Singapore, or it came from communist China, or it came from Canada. Who cares? As long as it was real. When they didn't show any of that during the campaign, they just cut it out. Like canceled, I guess. You could call it cancel culture, right? To me, that was really the beginning because it was bad. It's been bad for a really long time. It's been fake for a long time. I saw a few surveys. Basically, 17% of all Biden voters would not have voted for Joe Biden if they'd known about Hunter Biden's laptop and all that crap that was on it. But it used to be fake news. They'd come up, and I'd come up, and we'd fight, and the public can't believe one way or the other. But they didn't bring up Hunter. It was just really canceled. And it goes on, a 10-point difference in the election. And, it's a pretty long article. Trump later expanded on this woke left theme, saying that the mob mentality was a disgrace to the United States, which damaged his reputation internationally. I think they, the American allies and adversaries, cannot believe what is happening. Yeah, they shake their head and like, what the hell are you guys doing? Can you imagine China looking at us and they're talking about Dr. Seuss? And it was like the big thing of the day. But it's gone beyond Dr. Seuss. They want to take down monuments to heroes. They want to obliterate our history. A little drink here. I was laughing so much at the Babylon Bee stuff, my throat got a little scratchy. Whether it's good or bad, you learn from it. Yeah, and I love American history. And there's some bad stuff in there, quite a bit, actually. You have to learn from history, and some is bad and some is good. I would say most of it is good. I agree. Knowing why things happen and then putting them in the context of the period is really the trick. But they want to obliterate our past. And what you have is you don't have much of a country left. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. How does that go? The old Soviet Union saying something similar that the future is known. The past is always changing. That's a pretty remarkable statement. I think China is very happy now, and I think that Russia and a lot of other countries are very happy. They look at what's going on, they don't believe it. Some of the social media giants are also bound by this woke culture, telling Laura, Twitter has gotten very boring. A lot of people are leaving Twitter. You've heard of the possibility, which has been previously discussed, about us starting a new social media platform. So I think there's room for something, and I bring a lot of people with me, so we'll see. Yeah, he's playing us all close to the vest. I don't blame him. I'd do the same thing. But he added that he loved how his team were putting together out press releases, which you describe as elegant solutions. Yeah, they are a lot better written, and they're not off the cuff. But you got to go in between Trump's old Twitter account and his remarks and the new press conferences and somehow merge them. I mean, that's his personnel, and everybody knows it. Trump has kicked off Twitter, Facebook, and numerous other media sites in the wake of the Capitol siege. Oh, God. And it shows some pictures, Biden and... Oh, it's sad. Here's Trump struggles to drink water before hobbling off point stage. I guess it was really slippery, or there's a substance on it or something. I don't remember. The former president skewered Biden's first 2 months in office, claiming the Democrat has brought in socialist policies that make even Bernie Sanders blush. And he goes on, talks about a lot of things that they took away. It's really sad, but he warned that all of this will erode because of the green agenda which Democrats are intent on pushing through. The former president said the southern border wall had been a magnificent success, but it still needed to be completed. He suggested the Biden administration had no intention to do so and would simply let the plan fall through. During the summer, you're going to see things that nobody ever seen before, Trump told Laura. It's very dangerous. It's very bad for our country, and they're destroying our country. Hey, look at this ass hat. Dorsey. Look at this dork. This man has power over hundreds of millions of people. He has power over what millions of people, hundreds of millions of people see. Are you serious? Do you feel comfortable with that? Look at this guy. You know what? Well, don't just book by its cover. No, I've seen him in interviews. These people are evil. I'm sorry. They are. I don't even want to get into it because I was in such a good mood laughing at the Babylon Bee article that I don't want to ruin that good mood. But that's the deal. That's what's going on. They can't even have his voice on Facebook or Instagram. You saw the tweet, the email. This is disgusting, and this has to stop. Has to stop. Is it too late? I don't know. I don't know if it's too late. I'm very optimistic about our long-term future. I'm very pessimistic about our short-term future the next 3 to 5 years. And I hope and I pray, as usually happens with Americans, we always bounce back and we always end up stronger than before. Yeah, demand Ted Cruz resign. These asses. The Democratic Training Committee. Will they train him to go on the potty? Anyway, folks, that's something that I thought you'd be interested in. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.